Hey y'all, here's another episode of Bonafide Her Podcast featuring the one and only Marlon Carson Jr. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
We blessed to be alive. Another day, another blessing. Hello. So we in here. Yeah. So hey, all I know is honored to have one of the top scorers, top players right now in the state to be on here. So I feel honored. So it's so but let's get to it. So Marlon, can you tell us your sports story to how you got to where you are?
Well, first it was like when I was like 3, my dad he like put a basketball in my hand and like I just loved the basketball. I always wanted to play with a basketball. And then growing up, my grandpa he used to always take me to Wake Forest games, and I just loved watching the sport. But my first sport wasn't basketball; it was really soccer. And then when I turned like 6, I had to choose in between either one, so I chose basketball.
So you like had to choose. So like you like both of them. So you had to choose one or the other, and like
Yeah.
all your commitment to everything.
Because it was like times where I was leaving basketball tournaments to go to soccer games and coming back to basketball tournaments.
Ooh, that's a whole lot of like just the drive and the work,
Yeah.
everything. Just going from like one season to another. So for that, and then you mentioned about you going to the Wake Forest games, which is really huge in
Yeah.
the Winston-Salem High Point area. Which leads to my question. You're from High Point. High Point, Winston-Salem, the 336 area has a huge like hoop culture. For you, as young as you are, but just climbing in the rankings so far with the North Carolina hoops right now with your class. What does it mean to be part of the 336 hoop legacy?
To me, it means a lot because right now the talk is that 336 got the best players. That's really what the talk is about right now.
Who would you say are some of your favorite, say, hoopers from the 336 that you say grew up or looked up to that you're like, dang, like I really like their game both on and off the court?
I'll say Chris Paul, Brandon Childress, and, and Harry Giles. Yeah.
That's interesting because that's so interesting how you mentioned all three of them, especially two of them was at the Josh Level Classics as
Yeah.
the coaches. So, but what is it about, say, Chris Paul, B. Chill, and Harry that like? What about those three that literally were like, you know, they are those three that just like you look up to? What is it about them?
It's really their work and their dedication to the game because I know I had Brandon Childress. He came to my 10th birthday party. Yeah.
Oh,
He came to
that
my 10th birthday party, brought me some Wake Forest shorts and like 2 shirts. And we played basketball for a little bit together.
Hey, B Chill is nice with it though.
Yeah.
Like he nice with it, and he's set up like so many records at Wake. Of
Yeah.
course, Chris Paul is the point guard. So, and then you got Harry, who's like just done so many great things. So that list of hey, where my little I gotta find my shakers with my little tambourine because that list is solid right there. That's a solid list right there, right
Yeah.
there. So this leads to my question. You part of the District 5 team, and first of all, shout out to District 5, shout out to the coach for real. Just amazing. What is it about District 5 that that caught your attention and kind of like this is something I want to be part of and make history with it?
I would say how the coaches connect with us off the court. Because, like, it's just not like when we're together that our coaches talk to us. It's like they can check up on us any time of the week. Man, we may just get a random text any day of the week of them just checking up on us, see how we're doing.
That's for it's also very important too the way you say how you have like the coaches like check on you, especially
Yeah.
outside of sport. Like that is so crucial in this day and age. To have like a coach that believes in you both on and off the court.
Yeah.
Check on you. So And from your experience so far with District 5, but also in the AAU circuit, what would you say are some of like the misconceptions of the AAU circuit that a lot of people may not understand or may try to downplay about it?
I really think AAU is a good thing because like it gives you like more freedom from school ball and AAU because like school ball is more like structured, and then AAU like you have more like freelance to do. Will play how you play outside of school ball.
You said so like AU and school ball is so different because of the structure and everything.
Yes, it's like you have more freedom in AAU. That's how I feel. Like
Oh, that's real right there. Hey, you can't go wrong with that. So, as you know, and with your class right now, you about to be a senior this year.
well, I'm planning on reclassing.
Oh,
Yeah.
so with the so can you like let folks know what does it mean to reclassify, and also what would you say is kind of like the misconceptions of the reclassification in terms of basketball?
I feel like to me, I feel like it's most like necessary to some people because like the way that college basketball is right now, coaches like aren't just looking for younger kids; they're looking for older kids that have more experience and like already know more. So it's like if college basketball is your goal, like it's kind of a necessity to have more years and more experience.
I ain't never thought about that, and you just put me on with that. So I learn something new every day for real. But and this leads to my question, like with so many men, so many guys too that are watching like women's basketball. And I definitely see you as like an advocate of women's basketball, especially the support. I'd be like, hey, I hear you with the support. Shout out to you for supporting me since day one. What really inspired you to advocate, say, women's basketball, and who would you say are some like the women's basketball players that you really like kind of look up to or just inspired by their game?
Uh, I would say like look up to probably with like Flaw J, Caitlin Clark, and Sabrina. Cause like cause me and my niece, she plays basketball. We be watching WNBA games, college basketball games, sometimes together.
So you said Flage, Sabrina Niscu, and Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
Hey, you pulled a bag. You pulled a deep one with Sabrina Niscu out the bag. I haven't heard that one or Flage, but the Flage and because it's interesting to see like a lot of people, especially with Flage for those to for her to hoop and rap. A lot of people
yeah,
like it's like a lot of people's like, oh my gosh, it's like their biggest thing. But hey, not to mention she raps and she can actually hoop, so that's always
yeah.
like the best of both worlds. So, but my question, and this leads to my question is, um, and I always say that athletes are humans first, because they have feelings and emotions. For you as an athlete, how important is mental health to you?
I think it's very important because like sometimes mental health can affect how you play, and because sometimes mental health can hold you back from what you are fully capable to do. That's how I think about it.
What would you say? So from your aspect, what would you say are some of the ways that is like helps you with your mental health to where it makes you like, man, this definitely calms me. This is like my safe space.
I would say staying in the gym because like anytime that I'm bored at home, I just go to the gym and get shots up because it's like I feel like it's like a safe space for me.
What does the phrase "being more than an athlete" mean to you?
Yeah, more than an athlete is keeping up with your personal life, maintaining good grades in school, and still being able to handle the stuff on the court.
Okay, hey, come on with it, Marlon. Let them know. So, as you know, like with with high school coming up, with like everything, especially with NIL, like NIL is huge in college, but also it's about to become, it's kind of more becoming with you know, in high school for like certain, you know, for you, as you know, would love to hear your input. What does it mean to you for you to maybe seeing that, you know, athletes are finally getting monetized for their name, image, and likeness, especially not only in the college level, but also in the high school level, especially with sports being the huge factor of it?
To me, I feel like it's kind of a good and a bad thing because it is for I say the good thing is like people are getting paid to play what they love since they've been playing it for so long and they're making it to the next level. And then like the bad thing is like people like just staying back, just playing for the money.
Come through with it, because I will say this though, like if it had happened earlier in years earlier, like I think it would have been a different story. But to see like now NIL has played like a huge kind of factor to where how it, you know, with high school, and you know, a lot of high school players now are getting like deals and stuff, like
Yeah.
say brand deals. Like you saw that through like say Sierra Kane and with Juju when Juju
Yeah.
got signed with Clutch. So it's like it's been a huge thing. But for you, if you, what would you say are some, what brands would you want to do? Like, would you love to see yourself collaborate with through like NIL?
If it was probably a shoe deal, I would say Nike. But like any other deal, I would say I probably want to do a commercial with like a restaurant or something.
What? So what restaurant?
Probably Zaxby's or Chick-fil-A.
Hey, hey, Zaxby's. I will say the big thing about Zaxby's, their white cheddar bites go flame.
Yeah.
White cheddar bites are flames. Like, but Chick-fil-A, you can't go wrong. The service is all you could. The line, I'm gonna say, and the line for Chick-fil-A, it could be long as say to the I-95, and they
Yeah.
get everybody's food so quickly. Like it's just like it goes by quick. So, and this leads to my question. You know, what do you see yourself 5 years from now? You know, both on and off the court.
5 years from now, I see myself playing at the next level on the court. Then off the court, I see myself like studying in sports medicine and still being involved around sports.
Sports medicine, like the degree and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, what inspires you with the sports medicine?
I say just my love for the game and being around sports because that's all I really wanted to do was ever be around sports.
I could definitely see that for sure. Because if you could, especially like when you grow up with it and you like that's like something you're that's like almost like if anything else, it's like that's what you know, like you
Yeah.
breathe. And so, and you know, hey, I would say go for it because they will make some good money off of it. But not
Yeah.
only make good money off of it, but you will make a whole good career with it. Especially like even like after the playing days, you could be in the sports world forever, even after your
Yeah.
playing days. So I said, man, shout out to you, Marlon. Come through with this. So my question for you is, Marlon, is you know, we mentioned about the 336 hoopers, you know. So who would you say is someone, you know, who really inspires you both on and off the court, and why?
Uh, like any level or just
It could be any level, it could be anything.
probably on and off the court. I would say probably Brendan Childress.
BC, so Brandon is like the person that inspires you both on and off the court.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta shut. Hey, so you gotta let folks know how great Brandon Childress is, especially because I think you know what is it about? You know what is it I know you mentioned about the, the 10-year, the birthday party. But, I think a lot of, what is it about Brandon that like really just like, this is like, cause I could tell you that that is a dog right there. Like so, to hear that, like, I think it's truly amazing to, you know, for him to get his flowers for real like that, for real. So, and shout out to BC0 for real. Shout out to B Chill. So, but and this leads to my question, um, outside of your sport, what do you want people to remember you for your legacy?
Uh, I would say just being a person that cares for others and works hard.
That's real. So being a hard worker and someone that cares.
Yeah.
Hey, please keep that spirit, because in this world, especially in this world, we need someone like that,
Yeah.
especially in this world where it's so easy to like say to go against somebody, but to have like a caring heart and to be just a hard worker, like, man, come on, Marlon, let them know what it is. So, but if there was a word or a phrase to describe your journey so far, what would it be and why?
I would say dedication. I would choose that as my word because like before I got my license, I would always beg my parents to take me to the gym. But now that I got them, I just go to the gym when I feel like leaving the house or when I'm bored and just sitting around the house doing nothing.
Hey, dedication is real. Like the way when you said dedication, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I thought of that Nipsey Hussle dedication. I was like, I thought about it. I was like, that is real dedication. But you know, for you, like, to see you work hard and like, you putting the work in and just how you so focused, like you gonna go far in life with that as you continue to keep growing and stuff. So,
Yeah.
which hold up, I definitely gotta ask you this. What was that like? I saw the content where somebody talked about like, the one with Cuz Green where he had
Yeah.
mentioned you. Okay, what was that like to be featured on that one? Because I was like, oh my gosh, that had to be like, yo.
Yeah, it was because it was first because I saw him in Rock Hill at a tournament and I talked to him there and then he just made the video.
Man, what was that like to see? Like, man, I get featured in a video. What was that like?
It was, I thought it was big for me because like the content that he made.
Oh, it's all good, y'all. It's all good. Um, just minor technical difficulties, but we are still tuned in for this because, you know, um, it's probably what's it called? Happens like this. So it's like what you got to do is go in. So thank you guys so far tuning in. Hello.
Yeah, it had disconnected.
Somebody called you, didn't they?
Yeah.
It happens. It's all good. It happens. This podcast is raw, real. It happens like that. So it's what makes it amazing. So, but so you mentioned like it was fire to like for you to like see a huge content like creator like Cuz Green who does like all these like say does like the history about basketball, like people from North Carolina hoops, and
Yeah.
just I was like, yo, because I was like, dang, this is quick. Like he already been in there already. So Hey, that's fire right there. If you get something like that, it's like stamped, like
Yeah.
everything. So, but this this leads to my question. For the men, I always ask them, the authenticity, because what makes Mr. Marlon Carson Jr. authentic, and what makes your story stands out?
I would say my character and the people I surround myself with.
How would you describe, say, your character? You say your character and the people you hang around with. Well, how would you describe your character?
Say that I'm a person that makes sure others are good and myself, and just care for others, like I said earlier.
That's real. And one last question with summer hoops happening for you,
Yeah.
what is some of the goals that you see yourself for summer hoops happening for you?
Uh, Getting more recognition.
What's the biggest like recognition that you hope to that you see yourself accomplishing?
Like interest from college coaches and looks.
You have a top 5 college like colleges that you like wish you have like a top 5 college?
Yeah. My top five probably be Wake Forest, High Point University. I would say Boston College, Miami, and Houston.
Hey, you can't. Hey, that's not a bad list at all. You got Wake, you got High Point, Miami. We talking about Miami University,
Yeah.
right? Or okay, because there's two Miamis. You have the
Yeah.
Miami Ohio and the
Ohio.
Miami. Okay, so Miami University, Boston College. The Boston College surprised me. I was like, I ain't heard somebody mention about BC in a long time. So you got Miami, High Point, Wake. Yeah. Oh Lord, I was about to go blank, but that's a solid list right there.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, come through with it, Marlon. You got a solid list right there. Hey, as long as you continue to put the work in and doing what you're doing, sir, you're gonna go far in life. Best believe that. So, but big shout out to you for real. Like, continue to do that work, put the work in, and you gotta shout out District 5 for that for real. Like,
Yeah.
So, but and one last question: what does District 5 mean to you, especially with Coach Foster? What does it mean to have a coach like Coach Foster to be the coach, but also like, and you be part of District 5?
It means a lot to me because, like, I knew Coach Foster for like 3 years now because I first met him my freshman year. And then, like, ever since then, he just always pushed me to be better, be a better person, and to be a better player.
Hey, come through it. That's real right there. Hey, first of all, shout out to District 5 for real. So, Marlon, can you let the folks know where they can support and find you, follow you in any upcoming games coming up your way?
Yeah, they find me on Instagram at lil_oop_.
Y'all heard it from here first. Y'all be sure to follow this young king right here. Follow this man right here. And he coming up with it too. Follow Marlon at Instagram at lil_oop. OOP_. So lil_oop_. Be sure to follow the one and only Marlon Carson Jr. And be sure to check out all his games coming up in the summer. If you in the 336 area, be sure to check out District 5 too, because they have all the games coming up too. And you can see this man, young king right here. He's all buckets. He is buckets. Telling y'all, let him know what it is. So be sure to check out the live replay of Bonafide podcast, episode 233, featuring the one and only Marlon Carson Jr. And big shout out to Marlon for coming on the podcast, for sharing your story. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.
Thank y'all.